So we're building this ADU and we're calling it the Outlaw Roost because we're building it for the meanest outlaw in the West. And this is a pre-approved AUD in the city we live, where they've already issued a set of plans which are drawn structural, electrical, plumbing, everything's drawn for the actual structure, and then we have to tie in and do some of that stuff. And we've started submittal process. We've been through our first plan check. We submitted back again. We're waiting for them. If you've ever been through the California city inspection process or submittal process, it's expensive and fun. But this is going to be a great little project. It's basically a tiny house, but right now we're doing prep. We know where the ADU is going to go. We know what we need to do to get ready for it. So let me show you what we're doing so far. So first, we have the dog digging in a hole. Perfect. So if you come over, you can see the pipes she's trying to uncover for me. And those pipes sit just inside of the ADU foundation, which is okay. They're pool lines. We will miss them with the foundation by forming it there, but we had to dig to make sure we could miss them in case we had to move the unit a little bit. This post is actually about a foot this way. The corner is about right there, which gives us a little more room. That's good. You can see though, it's going to come across here, which means the heater, which outdates all of us, needs to go. We'll get a new one and we'll put that one right there. And the filter unit needs to be moved to here. So last weekend, we poured this little slab and I had my best finisher. Come get this if you can. I had my best finisher on this corner right here, you can see. So my best finisher took care of that corner. My worst one, which is me, took care of this corner. So this is where the pool equipment will go. So if you could just follow me along, I'll just show the ADU basically goes from that rebar, OSHA approved rebar cap. It goes all here. So all this has to be excavated down level, down to subgrade, and then sand, moisture barrier, all that stuff has to be put in after we've done all the rough plumbing, electrical, underground to get stuff to the, and water. Water is easy. Water runs right along the outside of that fence. It's easy to get there. Plumbing, let's come this way. This is the front corner of the ADU, actually about right here. And so this concrete will have to be demoed, cut back and demoed. There's a plumbing tie right there. It's 3-inch. That should be very good for bringing the water in. So we'll have to remove at least a section. This will all be redone, but it's nice to have the shade and the protection from the rain, which we've had in California, which is a little weird. So we'll have to kind of demo this eventually, but we'll leave it as long as we can. And so plumbing will be over there. Electrical, there's an electrical stub right behind you that is free that you can see. If you look at those electrical stubs, those are free, and they bring significant power from the main unit, and so we'll bring those through and we'll tie electrical kind of in the same area. Here's what we've been doing this weekend. Is this fence you see, relatively new out here. We had to move it. The fence used to sit, well, right here. And this was the fence line. We've had to move it out here because this is the edge of the ADU line right here. So we had to give ourselves room to work and to grade and to do what we needed to do. So that's the goal right now, is to get this fence finished up so the precious mutt can't get out. And then we can demo all this, grade down, dig footings. But before we get into all that, we'll go step by step. I'll show you moving the pool equipment. We showed you moving the fence out. We'll show you doing excavation and just the whole process. You can see what you're doing. So we're doing. We're on the Outlaw Roost again today. If you look, this is a temporary fence we had to put up because the building is all inside this, and we have a little black and white dog that we can't let get out, and she likes to run and go see the neighbors. So I'm putting this temporary fence up, taking down the old fence. That way all the demo in there can take place. And yeah, if you can see that piece of rebar right there, that's the corner of the house. So it's just sticking up by those fence posts. Don't tell anybody that's one of the outlaws. That's one of them. That's not the one living here, but that's an outlaw right there. Okay, so we're doing this. We'll walk you through the inside a little bit and kind of get a better idea of what all has to happen, but this is just the starting phases. Most of you should know this, but if you don't, let me show you how to do a self-tapping screw through wood into a metal gate so that you don't break the screw. Typically you break the head of the screw off, it digs in and then the threads hit, pop, it breaks, or you break the head off the screw. It's a pain when that happens. You just can't run them in. Let me show you how to do it. This is my oldest impact driver. First one I ever bought. I dropped it at the Springs last year. Broke the handle. I've been gluing the handle. Still like it. Still my favorite one. It's the slowest, weakest one, like me. So, okay. So we got the line. We move the post up to the line. What we'll do is we'll screw it in. So it's all the way through and hits metal. And then I reverse it. Okay, you see that? I reversed it. Now I go back forward. No problem. We'll do another one up here. Now this is when it's harder. So I reversed it and pushed it through. The spiral winding reverse of the screw takes that cedar away because it's a softwood. And then it may push out a little bit, but not too excessively. And you can screw it in.
What happens if you don't reverse it?
Well, something like this happens.
So not good stuff.
See that? Oh. The end of the screw broke off. Now that screw can't be used, and you can't put another screw in that hole because there's a hardened piece of steel there. So now we can do it right next to it. Voila! Okay, we're out here getting ready to move the pool equipment. Fence is moved, we're happy with that. So this is what needs to happen. This heater needs to be thrown in the trash, and we will. We're gonna take this heater and move it out there because the water circulates through it until we get a new one. And the filter unit needs to go in that back corner with accessibility so we can clean it out. So we're gonna come over here, camera person. We're gonna cut here, right there. We're gonna cut here. No, I decided we're gonna cut there. We're gonna cut there, and we're gonna cut the bottom pipe at there. We're gonna cut all that stuff. We'll then unscrew everything from the filter, get it moved and placed first. We will unhook all the power and gas from the heater, and we'll move it over in its location. And then from there, we'll get it all plumbed back in. Debatable whether we actually hook up the heater. It needs to be plumbed so the water can run through it, but don't know if we're gonna make it run. We really need a new one, so we'll get a new one, we'll get it, and then we'll put that in. But for now, we'll either just loop the pipes or we'll put it in. So that's it. We can get into it.
Okay, we're back on the Outlaw Roost doing moving pool equipment. So this is stuff I can do while still waiting for permits. We have to connect the return to the out of the heater. We're getting a new heater, but I hooked this one up because I gotta get the thing turned on or the pool's gonna turn green. So that flows that direction, but it goes all the way here behind the filter, over top of the sprinklers here, and comes out the bottom here. You can see how I angled those. And so this one, I'll do the direction of travel. The water comes out of the pump into the into here, which is the filters, and then goes out the filter around the back. So top pipe comes out, goes into the heater, and when we get the new heater, it's just a matter of configuring this a little bit, so I left everything a bit long. So then we'll into the heater, through the heater's running, or the heater heats the water, then sends it back all the way around, out, down here, and then we'll go into the bottom of the electrically actuated Jandy valve right here, and that will distribute it to whatever we need. What's this? This is a check valve that allows some water to go back to the jacuzzi regardless of the setting. So I don't have this. I don't have to have this set to return to the jacuzzi 100%. I can return it to some is going around and returning all the time. Just keep the jacuzzi water fresh. So that's what I got to do today. Yesterday I did a bunch of stuff that I think I captured okay, and today we have one more connection left so we can turn the pump on. We got to connect this to this, and it is high, so we're gonna put 90 and here to there, so it's gonna go straight across to 90. I do agree there's a lot of 90s in the system, and there always is with pools, but it's mostly on the pressure side. We have the same 90s, so we've always had to the pump, and from the pump there's more 90s, but it's the pressure side, so I think we'll be okay. May not be ideal, but that's what we're gonna do. I'll try to walk you through it. So there's the final connection for plumbing. So I still have a gas line to run. I'll take you around to the back of the fence and show you that, but that needs to be changed. Right now it's turned off. We can take that portion out. I still have electrical connections to do. That's power, that's control, and I need to extend a inlet temperature wire. Those are the two. Power, control, inlet temperature wire, which will go here. I'm sorry, outlet temperature. Wired sensor, but I need to extend those wires. Again, if we were having people over and wanted to get it running, I could extend the wires and make it work. It actually works, believe it or not. It's probably older than all of us. Works great, actually. It's just old and rotten, and the rats have chewed a wire. I need to fix that, but it would work. But I was able to buy another one, and so when it comes, I will wire it, probably replumb this section, and then I'll have to get my pool guy, to reprogram the Aqualink for the for heating. What that is just computer, cell phone controls. I can turn the jacuzzi or the pool on and off, the waterfall, all that stuff from far away. So there you go. Let's just go around side and see the gas line. I don't know if you can see, but through the fence right there, yeah, you can kind of see it. There's a gas line, and that gas line has a connection about right there. And so I'll just push it through, put the valve up high so it doesn't get rotten like the other one, run it through, run it down and through that hole. But there's no reason to do it, because on the other heater it may be on this side, the exit, all the plumbing may be on this side. I don't know. I just did this to get the pool from turning green. It's been 3 days now, so I'll give this a couple hours to dry and turn the pump on. We are back on the Outlaw Roost, and look what's showed up. So we have a new pool heater, a Stay Right Maxi-Therm, 400,000 BTU. Should be big enough. It's tiny compared to our old one, but I'm glad I never hooked the old one up, because it's time to get this one installed. So let's get into it. And the old pool heater is plumbed, like I've said before, but the new pool heater is in, and this is what we need to do. We need to get this one out now and set it up. First thing we need to do is, let's get the background noise gone. So we're just going to shut off the Aqualink, and then just so I don't electrocute myself, we'll also flip the breaker, and we're going to flip a panel breaker too. The only thing that's working still is the gate, I think.
I'm a little worried, to be honest.
Wow, what's worse can happen? A little bit of hair standing up. They've all seen it when I take my helmet off. So what we have to do is we have to now remove the old Anthony. He served us well, but well past his time. Go throw it on the scrap trailer and take it to the scrap yard. And then put the new Stay Right in. We'll put it in, and we'll figure out the plumbing and get it plumbed in. And then we will run electrical. We'll run control. And any of the other things we need to do to get this new modern, I don't know what I'm going to do with a modern digital pool heater that I don't have to let the coils warm up, but it's going to be good. And then we'll get our pool guy to make the Aqualink and the new pool heater communicate with each other so we can work it remotely. And yeah, that's it. So let's get into it. Okay, when you're lifting one of these, you don't lift by the cover, you lift by the lip under the cover. And lift with your back only. It's just bend right over and lift with your back. It's better that way. You have to whine and complain and I don't know how to hold it. Come on, see? Come on, you. See, I'm gonna break it. I can't. Ah. I'll be back. It looks so small, but it's like double the size of the one we just stuck out as far as energy goes. Couple good things about this one. It only requires 6 inches clearance from all sides from flammables, and this is the exhaust, and it's going to be hot, but it only requires 6 inches from it. But we're giving it, 18, 20, and lots of room here. And I'll slide it back this way, and I'm turning it this way because it gives me the most room this way, and then it's kind of out of the way if the kids were to happen to be back here. There should be a gate here, so there shouldn't be access to kids, but I know my grandkids, they like to help, and one day they're going to be back here playing with the pool stuff with me, and it just gets the hot exhaust a little further away. I think it's just easier to do it this way, and it's just, instead of turning the exhaust out, we'll turn it in. And it could go back further. That's way easier. All right. Now we need to make a connection. It'll be very similar to this. It will be a stub out of here, and then a connection there, and then a stub out of here and a connection there, and that's why I left those long for the old one, just so I could have some room to work with. So I like it. Let's get into it.
$8 an hour is what I'm worth. Putting shingles on houses that I can't afford. That's 64 for an 8-hour day. A family of 4 can't live that way. So now I'm working nights, parking cars at the club. On a good night I make $50. I take it all home and I add it all up. Somehow an 80-hour week just ain't enough. Something about this math just don't add up. Something about this math just don't add up. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living, and it's turning me cold. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living, and it's turning me cold. says, babe, we really need a vacation. But she don't know our situation. I'm falling, falling, falling behind. Sir, don't make me look like a loser in my baby's eyes. I never used to be so cold and cruel. I never used to be so cold and cruel. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living, and it's turning me cold. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living. I'm working for a living, and it's turning me cold.
So we got the new pool heater in and plumbed, and we got the plumbing all routed, so pool equipment is moved. I still have to hook up electrical and controls, but other than that, that's just a small thing. And from there, on the next episode, we're going to do some dirt work, start getting the ground down level. We're going to finish taking out the fence and basically get down to a point where we can start on digging foundation and trying to get water and sewer tie-in and electrical. So stay tuned. I hope you're enjoying the Outlaw Roost. And if you are, like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you want to see. If you want to see some more details on what we're doing, happy to try to make a more detailed video if there's something you want. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later.